You hide your anxiety so well that people think you're strong. But no one sees what happens in the dark. No one hears the noise your mind makes when the world goes silent. You try to seem okay, but the soul is screaming inside. It's like living with a storm burning in your chest, while your face says, "I'm fine." You wake up tired. You take deep breaths all the time, trying to stay in control. You smile when you want to cry. You hug the whole world while feeling like you're losing yourself. And maybe, just maybe, this isn't just psychological. Maybe this is spiritual. Because when the soul is too full, the body starts to overflow. Not every storm is outside of you. Some are invisible and happen in silence. The pain no one sees, but your soul feels. Have you ever felt trapped inside, even when everything outside is working? You fulfill your obligations, you talk, you work, you smile, but carry a void that follows you even into silence. It's like walking inside a dark room, not knowing where the exit is. The mind is tired, the chest tight, and the heart trying to scream for help, but no one hears. You've tried everything: meditation, distraction, willpower, but the peace doesn't last because the root of what you feel isn't outside of you. It's in the place you stopped looking at, your soul. Spiritual wounds create emotional chaos, and this confusion you call anxiety, maybe it's just the reflection of wounds too deep to explain. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "God has placed eternity in the human heart." That's why no superficial solution fulfills you. You don't feel too much. You're just carrying a soul that wasn't made to live disconnected from itself. And now it's asking for healing, for truth, for reconnection. Anxiety is not a flaw. It's a message from the soul. You try to understand what's happening, but you find no clear reason. Everything seems right on the outside, and yet something inside you is falling apart. You ask yourself, why do I feel this way if nothing bad happened? Why does my chest feel tight without explanation? The answer may not be in your mind, but in your soul. Because when you hold on to grudges that never healed, when you swallow tears for years, when you fake strength on the outside and break on the inside, the soul doesn't forget. It starts piling up. And when the weight is too much, it sends signals. Anxiety is one of them. Your anxiety is not a flaw, it's a message. Psalm 139:23 says, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts." Anxiety isn't trying to destroy you, it's trying to warn you. You've disconnected from your essence. You stopped listening to what you really feel. And now, your soul doesn't want to be ignored anymore. It wants light, it wants space, it wants healing. When anxiety is a whisper from the soul, maybe you spent so long trying to be strong that you forgot what it's like to simply feel. You were trained to swallow the pain, to keep going even with no ground beneath your feet, to smile even with your chest in ruins. But there comes a time when the soul can't stand being ignored anymore. Sometimes anxiety isn't a disorder, it's a sacred whisper saying, "Hey, listen to me." It's not about controlling everything, it's about stopping the running. Stopping the habit of placing band-aids on wounds that need to be touched by truth. Because anxiety doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from the parts of you that were forgotten, abandoned, wounded. When your spirit feels heavy, that's your soul asking to breathe again. Jeremiah 6:16 says, "Stand at the crossroads, and you will find rest for your souls." The soul wants rest, but before that, it wants recognition. It wants you to say, "I see you, I feel you, I am here." And when that happens, the healing process silently begins. The soul begins to heal when you stop silencing yourself. You spent so much time staying silent, that you started believing that feeling was a mistake, that showing vulnerability was failure. But now, something inside you is slowly opening. The soul doesn't need explanations. It needs space to breathe. It needs to be felt with honesty. Anxiety is not the problem. It's the alarm of something deeper. It's saying, you lost yourself, and now it's time to return. Return to where? Inside, to the silence that embraces, to the place where the presence of God doesn't demand performance, only truth. Healing begins when you finally stop running. Isaiah 30:15 declares, "In quietness and trust is your strength." Your strength isn't in resisting, it's in allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be healed. Because you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present with your pain and with God. You are not broken. You are awakening. The pain you feel is not failure. It's part of the process. It's life's push for you to stop and return to the light. Anxiety is often the echo of your soul saying, you strayed from who you truly are. You tried to fit in, to be what others expected, to carry everything without complaining. But deep down, you knew something was wrong. And now, the body is screaming what the heart already knew. Your soul isn't lost, it's just waiting for you to return. In John 14:27, Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." This peace doesn't depend on answers. It's born from reconnection with the sacred, with your essence, with what never stopped being inside you, even when everything seemed dark. Because behind the fear, there is still light. Behind the anxiety, there is still direction. And behind the noise of the mind, there is still a soul that wants to breathe in peace. When anxiety is born from what you never said, there are pains you never told, moments you tried to forget, words that still echo inside you, even years later. Anxiety doesn't start in the now. It starts where you were silenced, where you weren't heard, where you were wounded in silence. Maybe it's not just about the present. Maybe you're carrying the child who cried alone, the version of you that was rejected, left aside, disbelieved. And now, all of that pulses in your chest, like a weight no one sees. That's why you feel that lump in your throat, that pressure in your chest, that desire to disappear without knowing why. Anxiety is the soul remembering pain that the mind tried to bury. Psalm 147:3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." You don't need to hide anymore. You don't need to carry it all alone. God sees what no one saw. He hears what was never said, and He can touch where no one else ever could. This anxiety is not the end. It is the beginning of the deepest healing process of your life. When everything seems to fall apart, something new is being born. Maybe you think this is the end, but in fact, you are at the beginning of something sacred. The soul isn't reborn in calm. It is reborn in the middle of chaos. It's when everything seems dark that light begins to find a way. Yes, you're tired. You've cried more than you'd like to admit. You're afraid of getting lost, but still, you keep going. That's not weakness. That's silent faith. Healing your anxious soul doesn't happen in noise. It begins in stillness. Lamentations 3:23 says, "The Lord's mercies are new every morning," and today can be that new beginning. Not a beginning where everything is solved outside, but one where inside you, the soul decides to breathe differently. You are being reborn, even if slowly, even if still with pain, but now with purpose. Peace doesn't come from control. It is born from surrender. You tried to control everything, tried to understand every feeling, forced yourself to get better, to be okay, to not feel anymore. But the more you fought, the deeper you sank. The soul doesn't heal through force, it heals through surrender. It's when you stop running, when you accept what you feel, when you stop fighting your own sensitivity, that true peace begins to draw near. Because peace is not the absence of chaos, it is the presence of God within the chaos. Letting go is not weakness, it's sacred strength. You don't need to overcome anxiety every day. You just need to release the weight you weren't born to carry. Psalm 55:22 says, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and He will sustain you." And casting is not giving little by little. It's saying, "I can't carry this alone anymore. Take it, God. This is yours now." And in that act of surrender, the heart finds rest. Not because everything is resolved, but because you stopped fighting who you are. The light enters where you stopped resisting. The soul begins to heal at the exact moment you stop defending yourself from your own pain. It's when you stop running, hiding, resisting, that the light finally finds cracks to come in. You spent so much time trying to be strong, but you forgot the light doesn't enter the perfect parts. It enters through the cracks. Anxiety brought you to the limit, but it also brought you to the truth. And now, something inside you begins to say, "I don't need to close myself off anymore. I can start to allow myself." Sometimes healing sounds like silence and feels like light returning to the soul. John 8:12, Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness." You thought you were at the end, but you were at the beginning of a rebirth, an awakening, a reunion with the part of you that was never broken, just forgotten. Now, the light returns slowly, not like lightning, but like a sacred fire that lights up from within. You are changing, even without realizing it. You are no longer the same. Maybe you still feel fear. Maybe anxiety still knocks on the door. But now you listen with more awareness. You breathe with more intention. You cry with less guilt. You are learning to exist without abandoning yourself. That is healing. It's not about eliminating the pain. It's about being greater than it. About recognizing, I feel, but I am not this. I fall, but I rise differently. I am afraid, but I move forward anyway. You're not going back to who you were, because that version of you no longer exists. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." And that renewal has already begun. Not from the outside in, but from the inside out, from soul to surface. You are being reborn in the pain you once thought would destroy you. And now, flowers are blooming from the ground that once was only ashes. Healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens every day. Maybe you think there's still a long way to go, that you're not healed enough, that you should be stronger, lighter, better. But listen, true healing doesn't come in a day. It comes in steps, in size, in small, silent decisions. Each time you choose to stay with yourself instead of running away, each time you choose to pray, even when you feel nothing, each time you choose to take a deep breath instead of blaming yourself, you are healing. Spiritual healing is not instant. It's sacred. It's daily. It's deep. Philippians 1:6 says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." God started something in you, and He doesn't abandon unfinished processes. You are not going backward. You are maturing. You are blooming in the middle of the storm, one day at a time, with faith, with courage, with surrender. You are not broken. You are coming home. You survived things no one knows about. You fought battles no one saw. And still, you're here, breathing, feeling, seeking, awakening. That is not weakness. It is sacred strength. You are not your trauma. You are not your anxiety. You are not your pain. You are the soul that kept going, even in the dark. Psalm 35 says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." And this dawn begins inside you, not when everything is perfect, but when you choose to return. Return to your soul. Return to God. Return to the light that was always there, even on the darkest days. So now place your hand on your chest and sincerely repeat, "I'm not broken. I'm healing. I'm coming back to myself." If this truly touched you, write in the comments, "I'm healing." Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video. God bless.